Okay, welcome to the amplification economy. I kind of changed the name of this webinar from personal branding with AI to the amplification economy because this is something that everybody needs to learn, and this is exactly where the world is going to. And I want you to understand the basics of it. If you don't, a lot of you might understand it already, but we're going to dig deeper on the whole concept on how we can multiply our career and brand and business with AI, because this is not just something that job seekers will benefit from. This is something that also brands, business owners, and everybody in different industry would benefit from. Okay, so let's get into that. What is the amplification economy and how we are thinking about the future? Because as you know, AI is here to change everything, and it's already changing. A lot of people are already getting laid off due to AI, and a lot of businesses and brands are growing on a very, very rapid speed. That one also because of AI. And in today's episode or webinar, we're going to discuss how these things are happening and where should we go and stand to capture the next wave or the current wave that is happening. Because everybody has an idea about personal branding. And we did a pre-webinar task and challenge, and I asked you to come up with one sentence. I asked you to write down 1 year from today, who are you going to be? What is going to be your brand? And how are you going to introduce yourself to the world? Right? And these are the response that we got. So one person said, I want people in my organization to know me as the person who is expert, trustworthy, and reliable. Put it in the chat. How many of you think this is a good personal brand statement? Okay. Do you pick number one or number two? Put number one or two. Person number two said, 1 year from today, I will use technology and AI to improve efficiency, solve problems, make better decisions, and bring innovation into supply chain and business processes. So, first of all, are these good brands? Are these good branding statement? Because today we want to learn about personal brand, especially in the era of AI. Because personal brand in AI is different than personal brand prior to AI. And I will explain to you why. Okay. So did you guys tell me, are these good examples or no? So 1 year from now, I want to be trustworthy, reliable, expert. Or number two said, I want to use technology and AI to improve. So to answer to this question, we need to understand what a personal brand is. How many of we, how many of us have a personal brand? And personal brand, let me explain personal brand first. So personal brand in simple term, because everybody can describe personal brand, but in a simple terms, personal brand is something that your audience, your target audience, knows you about. That's it. Something that your target audience, so let's say if you're my target audience, if you're a job seeker or business owner, what is it that you know from Alex? And that's only one thing. We don't want to think of many things. Maybe you think of Alex as a hardworking, trustworthy, reliable person, but that is not my personal brand to you, because you're not coming to me because I'm trustworthy, reliable, or I use technology efficient. You're not come to me because I make better decision, I bring innovation to business, right? You come to me because I help you get jobs, 100K jobs, right or wrong? Put that in the chat. So you come to me, I'm using my own example because that's the safest. You come to me because I help you 100K job. I help you unlock the HR systems. But The trustworthy, reliable, expert, all that makes me the only option, makes me the person that you would trust, makes me the person that, okay, I come to this guy for 100K job. Now all of these good things about him makes me trust him and move forward. So this is exactly the same idea. Nobody is going to hire you because you want to be trustworthy and reliable. Nobody cares. Yes, those are the basics. If you get a job at some point, if you go to interview and they like your technicals or your brand, then okay, they'll look at your trustworthiness and reliability. Okay, then they will look at you how efficient you're with the technology and make good decisions. So before all of this happens, these are the, we call it the minimum requirements. Okay, the base requirements. So these are all you have to do. Like you have to be a reliable person. These are not something that you need to promote. You cannot go on social media and say, hey, I'm a reliable, trustworthy person, come hire me. Hey, I know how to use technology and AI more efficiently, come hire me. So you get it? This is not a personal brand. So a personal brand is in a specific solution that you bring to the table, and that is something that you want other people to know you about. That's all. You get it? Give me a thumbs up if you understand. If you don't, put a question mark in the chat so we get back to it. And this understanding will crush a lot of mindset, the old mindset that we had. Because the old mindset is telling us learn, work hard. By working hard, you get more experience. By more experience, you get promoted. And this is the growth that happens to you. In this method, which is an old method, growth is tied strictly to hours spent and years of services. Scaling is limited by human capacity. And we see it in HR every day. A lot of people just become the next leader, the next partner in a very short time. Why? Because they're fast learner and they know how to use technology to advance in their careers. And those people who still have the mindset of working harder, more hours, more experience, and then get promoted, they're lagging behind. They never get promotion accepted. Because in companies, especially in large companies, it's really difficult to get HR and the processes and the managers to accept a promotion. So even if they accept it, it would be very 2%, 3%. And I'll talk about that in my courses. So that's not something you want to invest on. What you want to invest on is a new career approach, which is learn, amplify, influence, scale, and then create opportunity. In this method, growth is decoupled from time. Value is created through systems and reach. And I will talk about it, how you can do that. You have all the tools available to you. So it's just how you're going to use these tools. Because you need to understand AI is not replacing people. And the basic example is that think about tractor. When the tractor came, like when the tractor invented, everybody thought that the farmers are going out of business. But what happened, farmers learned to use tractor to scale operation, to scale production, and they became rich. And those who had tractor, those who were first to purchase whatever, like they took a loan out or whatever they did, those who purchased the tractors first, they were able to produce masses, and we can see how it changed so far. This is exactly the same thing. Think of AI as the tractor. It's not going to replace you, it's going to multiply you. So you need to learn to use that AI properly. And by just using it properly, I'm getting into that. I have a slide for that. It's not just you say, okay, I'll use ChatGPT. Who cares? I know how to use Claude. I know how to use 100 AI tools out there because there's thousands of AI tools every day appearing. And you all know that. Every day you scroll on Instagram, there is a new AI tool introduced to you, and you get to use it for a bit and then you leave it. Either it's on a free trial or you pay the subscription 1, 2, 3 months and then boom, you stop using it. How many of you are like that? And you never get to understand AI properly because you don't know who you are. So let's think about it. That's why I call this personal branding, because first of all, you need to know who you are. You have two options. The option one is the hardworking individual. And by hardworking, I don't say that you shouldn't work hard. You always have to work hard. We always work 24/7. But the thing is, how do you allocate your time? So when I say hardworking, don't get me wrong. I don't mean that you shouldn't work hard. You should. When we say use your time properly, is that how are you using the 24 hours that you have a day? Because Elon Musk has 24 hours, and that's the only thing that is shared among all the individuals on the planet Earth, is the 24 hours that we all have. So President Trump has 24 hours, Elon Musk has 24 hours, me and you have 24 hours. How are we going to use it? And we all work hard, right? So the idea is trading time for linear output or trading time for exponential output, because success is measured by effort, grit, and number of hours spent on manual tasks in the first model. In the second model is the system architect, a person who automated outbound calls for this. Let's say you go from somebody, next time you go to an interview, let's say you take yourself from, okay, I'm reliable, trustworthy, and I work super hard, and I make sure I reply to all of the sales team when they ask a question. This is option A. To option B, hey, I'm the person who automated outbound calls for the sales team, and I'm running 2,000 calls per day and saving 200 man hour every single day. How different these two are. In the option A, you still think that hardworking and being trustworthy and reliable in the workplace is giving you an edge, but it's not. It used to give you an edge 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Today, if you're an architect, being an architect gives you an edge. Are you the person who is able to automate outbound calls for the sales team and save 200 man hour every single day? Or you're that person who respond to 2% or 20 people a day, and at the end of the day you get burned out? This is the identity shift you need to make. And before you can describe your personal brand, you need to understand all of these concepts first, because these are all related to each other. These are all coming together as you go toward your career building. Because here we design a career and we go get it. It's not just that we find a job. We don't want a job. A job is everywhere. We want a job that we become better at. We want a job that is securing us, not a job that giving us a stress. Because everybody can find a job which is stressful, right? You don't want to start a job that giving you stress every day, a toxic environment that you want to escape every day from. You want a job that you excel at. You want a job that gives you freedom, gives you opportunity. And this is the mentality behind it will give you that. So I kind of came up with a framework for amplification. And you have different phases. Phase one is you and your knowledge. Whatever knowledge you have, we call it experience. It comes from your background. It comes from whatever you've seen in your life, travels, immigration, work you've done, project you've done, schools you attended. So all of that becomes your knowledge today. So phase one, we start from phase one, which is you and your knowledge. In phase two, it's AI plus systems. We need to start thinking in AI and learn how to create systems around what we're going to do, which is our personal brand. And then phase three, we have scale and influence, which we're going to talk about. So next time I want you to ask better questions. And we always talk about this question is important. People who ask better questions, they lead. And also there's another saying, if you haven't heard, they say, judge a man by his questions, not by his answers. So the ability to ask better questions shows that how wise you are and how successful you can be. So it's all about questioning. And the first thing you learn in our community is how to ask better questions. We have a module on that, questioning, how to ask questions, how to be a smart networker, how to be a smart questioner. So next time, don't say which AI should I learn. Ask what part of myself can I amplify through AI. This is the right question to ask. So reverse engineer, right? We do that all the time because I'm a system engineer. I come from like, I learned system engineering in Sharif University, then immigrated and then did system and all system. Now I do HR system. So I'm all about system. And that's why I always talk about how to turn everything into a system. You become a system. In my system, you become a system. The system I give you to install on your LinkedIn, which brings you jobs all the time, that is also a system. And now we're going one step further. We're thinking on AI. Okay? So that's that. So think about what part of you can amplify. And we get to that. Because amplifying yourself, let's talk about AI for a second. Because we all use AI. There are the basics and there are the advanced. Okay? If you come and tell me you're using AI for your emails and communications, I say good, but that's not an advantage. That's the basic. You're already supposed to write your emails with AI, with a human touch. Don't get me wrong. Just don't outsource 100% to AI. Outsource 90% and then 10% review. Review, change to make it human. So you have to already use email and communication. You already have to do writing, research, analysis using AI, whatever tool, ChatGPT, Copilot, Cloud, whatever you use. You already need to do that. If you don't use AI for meetings and summaries, you already should do that in your organization. Probably it's an enable. All the Teams meeting, all the Zooms meeting comes with a Copilot or something that is recording your meetings and summaries. So it's already done. It's nothing that you can be proud of. So next time, if I ask you if you're using AI and you tell me, yes, we use it for emails and we use it for research and analysis and meetings and rapid learning, I use ChatGPT to learn. Okay, that's the basics. That's if you even do that, then you cannot even compete in the market. So those are the bare minimum. What else? These are gone. What else? How are you amplifying your knowledge, turn your experience into a scalable asset? You need to learn how to create frameworks. You need to learn how to, I'm not saying courses, but templates, playbooks, prompts, systems. And how this happens, going back to today's pre-course challenge, that you guys need to come up with list of softwares that you guys use. Okay? So if you are using, let's say, well, I'll talk about again my own experience. So we're using Workday. What is hot in Workday is Workday agents, agents that we create that help us do our job faster, right? Because in Workday, you have the entire database, human resource and finance database of organizations. And you need to configure things. Sometimes one project configuration might take weeks. So what happens, you create an agent specifically because we have also different talent, payroll, onboarding, reward system, employee, like so many areas, right? Benefits, ability to understand one area very well, and then ability to create an agent. And building an agent is not a big deal these days, guys, because it's come with those software. So it's just that First of all, we always tell you need to learn, start using one software. If you're in construction, you use probably AutoCAD. If you're in project management, you use MSP or Primavera, uh, whatever. So we use Workday, and in Workday there are different agents that we need to create. And then aside from that, there are different tools that we are given so we can troubleshoot faster. Things that used to take weeks to troubleshoot now takes 1 day or 2 day troubleshoot. Why? Because AI is helping us, right? But not everyone in the organizations know how to use this AI, or not everyone think that they can go and learn some, because you all have to learn. Don't think that you can wake up and say, okay, I'm AI proficient. No, you have to learn it. But before learning that, you need to understand what solution are you going to solve. It's not, the solution is not sending an email, okay? The solution is not creating a chatbot to chat with employees, because you're not going to make a chatbot. These are all coming within the tools that they already, organizations are using. So you cannot make money by making another chatbot. You need to find the software that you're going to use or you're already using, or the software that is common in your industry. If you don't have the software, a lot of you come to say, I never use a software. Okay, in your industry, what is the most popular software? Go learn that. It's free to learn that on YouTube. Go learn that software. If you're data analytics, there are hundreds of softwares you can learn. Pick one which is most popular and there is most demand. Learn that, because now we want to amplify our knowledge using AI. So it's not like before that only knowing a software is good. Knowing how to use the AI which are delivered with that software is important. You get it? So I give you an example. Again, my example. Okay. So, and my example about the community. How we amplified our brand. I think it's a very interesting case for so many of you. Because the amount of work that we have done, less than a year, in less than a year, because we started September, now we're July, the amount of work and results that we've got in a very short time, probably other companies, it takes them 30 years to do. And I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people used to come to me claiming themselves as the coach, career coach. They were telling me we have done, after 10 years of experience, that they've been claiming that they have done 30 placement or 50 placement. Okay. 50 placement in a 10 years. Placement, I mean, they found jobs for other people. What we did, look at, like, we only had 600 people coming to our mastermind and leaving successfully. And we have 6,000 people in our free community. So 6,600 people we helped, or we're helping, because we were able to amplify our brand using AI. And everywhere we use AI, I talk about this. So the idea, the one idea I had, I was able to create thousands of thousands of social posts. If you go to my Instagram, I've posted more than 2,000 times. Why? Because of AI. Then we were able to generate thousands of newsletter, videos. We still use a lot of AI in our community. We were able to create all these community and courses and material, getting help from AI. And it's not AI alone, it's the experience, our experience, plus using AI properly. Because if we were not to use it properly, which I explained it in ChatGPT, in the ChatGPT course that we have in Mastermind, I walked everyone through how I use ChatGPT to scale my post and my videos. And I, right now, we grew to more than 30,000 followers just by using AI and scaling. So, because we didn't grow by working randomly, we built systems for everything. So, first of all, we built system on promoting our idea, how we help people in masses. Because we doing group coaching, we don't do one-on-one. One-on-one limit us. It doesn't let us grow, and I don't do one-on-one at all. Even if you pay me $10,000 for one session, I don't do one-on-one because I don't have time for it. But I help you in masses. I help you in group coaching. That's why we call it mastermind. You every week you have a chance to connect with me and ask your question and brainstorm with me in our weekly calls. And that is something we do. But aside from that, we build system for everything. For example, when we grew so much, when we start receiving 500 message every day on our Instagram, we couldn't solve it ourselves. Even we had three people texting, helping us and answering people, we could. So we built another AI agent. So we are using AI as we go forward. It's not just that we sit say, "Oh, what should I do with AI?" And there are tons of solution for every problem. So for how do we do content at the scale? There is this AI. There's thousands AI solution. Let's pick this one and let's ace that one. So we picked that one and aced it. Now we have another AI agent. So we started an AI agent, we're training it every day, we're helping it grow, we're helping it learn. And these are the systems that we are building as we go forward. So we have systems for everything. As we have system for coaching, we have system for onboarding, we have system for responding to people. And this is how we're growing this business. Okay. This is parallel to the workday stuff I'm talking about, which is more interesting to you because you guys need to build that brand. So, first of all, these are all applicable to you, right? The stories I talk about in my career coaching journey are the ones that you need to do in your personal brand building on LinkedIn. You need to learn how to scale. If you think that you're posting one a day on LinkedIn is enough, I would challenge you to post 10 times a day on LinkedIn. Use AI, don't overuse it. A lot of you overuse AI in this community and it get deleted because we tell you this is a regulation of our community. Don't overuse it. Use AI, but don't overuse it. Same story. If you learn how to use AI properly, you get your personal brand, which we get to. Your personal brand matters, and you need to understand your personal brand is one skill set that is crucial to a recruiter. And your target audience, which are going to be those recruiters, only know you because of that single skill set. Okay, so don't come back to me and say I'm a trustworthy, reliable person. Come back to me that say I know this feature, which is AI in AutoCAD, and I know how to change workflows using that AI, and I've done this workflow, and this is the project I've done, and you can explain that project. This is a personal brand. I'm in Workday department, and I have done multiple projects in Workday, and now with the AI, we were able to reduce average troubleshooting time from 2 weeks to 2 days. This is a personal brand. So I'm not going to interview and say I'm reliable, trustworthy, and I know how to use technology for more efficiency. And the recruiter would say, "Okay, what the hell? Get out of here. You're not helping me." Everybody can say that. So say things. Another idea for your personal branding. Say things that is specific to you. This is a good test. Okay. It's a good test if your personal brand is good, it makes sense or not. It has to fit only you. If you use your personal brand on me, it shouldn't work. So it has to only you understand? Makes sense? Give me a thumbs up, it makes sense. So your personal brand should cover your experiences, the tools that you use, the AI that appear in those tools. Don't go find another AI which is totally irrelevant to your industry and your tools you're using. The AI that you are presenting yourself as because after this session, I want all of you to have a 1 year goal of where you're going to be with the AI. You all have to be AI leaders in your industry, in the things that you do, and you have to promote yourself through that. Okay. If I wanted to, because I do multiple things, a lot of you know, I do coaching, then I do consulting. So if I want to become a better consultant or getting more client my consulting side, I would focus on presenting myself as the person who develops AI agents to reduce working time inside different departments that I just explained to you. And I'm doing it masses. And I'm going on a scale on that, double down on that, and tell everybody on LinkedIn about the fact that I'm doing these agents that save time troubleshooting, which I know is a pain in the industry. The troubleshooting is a pain. People cannot troubleshoot because when there's a problem, it's really hard to solve it. So same idea for you. If you are going to get a job at any organization, you need to make yourself the AI leader in that specific software and that specific tools. And you need to go and watch every single video on YouTube out there and everywhere that you can find around that specific tool and the AI features that that tool offers, and get your hands dirty. You have to get your hands on that until you learn. But just learn, because at the end of this presentation, I'm going to talk about the difference between execution and just thinking. By just thinking, you don't get anywhere. It's all about execution. You build systems. The moment you build the first system, and it's hard. Don't even when we create an email sequence just to promote this webinar. How many of you received our email? Put it in the chat. So just creating that is an execution which is totally different than just thinking about doing it. So anything that you want to do, don't just think, oh, I have it in my head. Get it done. Build system, build framework around it, build sequences. Because if you don't do that, you don't get any feedback. You don't understand the challenges along the way. So a lot of members come to me and say, yo, Alex, you're everywhere. I go to Facebook, you're there. I go to Instagram, and then I go to my emails. Every channel that I have on my cell phone, you appear there. And I said, okay, it's not me. My systems are everywhere. Because we used AI to create systems. And believe it or not, it's funny because in the free community, we post a lot. And some of our agents, AI agents that we have, they go and read your stories. They read your obstacles and they send us a report. It's very interesting. The agent that we created, and you might ask, how did you make that agent? Yeah, that's a valid question. How did we make those agents? This is an AI in practice. This is leadership in AI. We have an agent. It comes to the community. It reads all the posts, all your concern, all your question. Give us a summary. And it also posts stuff about your concern and talk about your concern and make a poll about your concern and engage you about your concern. So this is it. First of all, if you want to understand what is the AI, so don't just try another 100 AI application every day, because that's not going to help you. It's just going to confuse you more. You don't want to create more AI. You want to understand the tools that you're currently using in an industry and understand the AI that comes with it. And if you're a business owner, you don't need to understand all of the AI tools out there. You need to use which AI gives you content, one, which AI makes you better, makes your operation easier, which AI helps you with the growth engine, which AI makes a better support system, and how are you automating all of these? Because I get a lot of calls from business owners and they say, okay, I want more client. How do I do this? And then I say, okay, think of how you do things right now and then replace them or amplify them with the AI. And then when we look at what they do, okay, there's so many steps they're missing. They're not doing a lot of these steps. And that's why you're lagging. That's why you cannot add AI, because if you want to scale a system, you have to add AI to all of it. I'll give you an example. If we use AI to amplify our storytelling and video and post and social media, then we get a lot of messages. We need to concurrently have an AI to answer people. Because if we amplify our brand and then there is no support system to respond to people, this is a big problem. So we need AI on the scaling, and then we need AI on responding, and then we need AI on onboarding. And then, so see, as we go forward, there are different needs. And this is exactly what I want you to do. You will start small. You don't want to solve the whole solution right now, solve the whole problem by solution right now. You need to start small. We never knew we have 500 requests per day until we took the first step, which was we want to promote our idea of helping people get jobs. So first we fixed that. We got there. We got to 2,000 posts on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, even just 2,000 on Instagram. So give it another 2,000 on YouTube. First, we did that. We scaled it with AI first. Then we started responding to 500 requests per day. We started building that agent. Now you call our business number, AI will pick up the phone and talk to you. And it's 619-492-5888. That's our number. So if you have a question, you call, you talk to our agent, and they help you. It's AI. How we get there? We started as small. We started implementing system. We knew our brand. We had one brand, and that brand was helping immigrants break through 100,000 plus jobs, and we still do that. Nothing changed. So this is, next time you want to think about brand, I want you to be specific. I don't want to say, okay, I want to be reliable, trustworthy. I want you to be specific. What is the tool you're using or going to use? What tools are being popular and used in that industry or the dream job you're going to, the dream work? A lot of you mentioned Excel. Okay, if you're using Excel, how AI is having an evolution in Excel? How can you use it? Is it actually a thing or no? If it's a no, move on. Find something that AI can, you can become a leader at AI. Because I explained it. Today, it's not about years of experience. It's about how fast you can learn, how good you can use AI. And if you use all of these, you can become a person, undestructible person, and we call it linchpin. You become a linchpin in the organization because you would be able to multiply yourself in a second. You would be able to create, right now it's like we have 1,000 Alex, because people come to chat, they talk to us, they call us, they talk to us, they go come to community, they talk to us. Like, we have people, we have systems everywhere. It's like Alex is everywhere. And the same thing I do in my consulting. When we troubleshoot something which takes 2 weeks in 2 days because we have a lot of AI agents and systems in place, it means that we amplify ourselves. So your job is to find the most popular tools. And at the end of the day, if you're here for 100K jobs, you're going to use tools. Don't think of you using your hands or body for good jobs. Okay? If that's the case, then you become a chiropractor. If you're here to get jobs with your computer, you need to learn tools. And it's all about tools. And I might, based on the interest, I might start teaching you some tools, because there are necessary tools that you need to get jobs, basic jobs. So we might, maybe I teach you Workday. I don't know if you guys are interested in getting into Workday. Maybe I start teaching Workday, but that's for future. Right now, I want you to think of your industry, and then in your industry, think of what you're going to use in that industry. What are the most popular tools? Because at the end of the day, guys, when you get hired, they give you a laptop. You open the laptop every day, you have tasks to do, you have projects to finish. And all you need to do is to be able to learn these tools and softwares. Now, I want you to go one step further. What are the AI in those softwares? Because all of them come with AI. You don't have to build something from us. A lot of people come to me and say, oh, I built something from scratch. And I say, good job. You just reinvented the wheel. Nothing's going to care. And it's not going to make you money. At the end of the day, you want the skills that makes you money. And those skills are the ones that answer a specific problem. give a solution to a specific problem. If you can do that, you can secure your career and future. Because companies, they're sitting there not looking for more employees. They're sitting there looking for problems, and problems arise all the time in the organizations. And once problem arise, they're looking for people who can solve those problems quick. And if you're equipped with AI tools into those softwares that they're already using, your job is very easy. You just go to there and show them proof that, hey, these are the framework I was able to develop with the software AI, which is already there. It's already in under your belt. It's already in your organization. If it's an AI in Excel, I don't know if you guys are familiar with. I used to be very good at Excel before I got into Workday. I don't need it anymore. But if you guys are very good at Excel and know there's an AI that helps you with Excel, please post it in a community. Let others know. Let's have a conversation. If you use any tools in your organization, or you know a tool that comes with built-in AI, and now you're learning how to use that AI, you can post it in Q&A and let's have that conversation. Okay. Somebody messaged Copilot for Excel. Yeah, Copilot is there for all of the Microsoft tools. So it's there for communication tools like Teams chat. It's there for probably Excel, probably Outlook. So it's a very good search feature so far. And I have created some agents with it, but it was very limited. So I couldn't get it to next step. But maybe you guys could. These are the things that you need to search. Okay, how can I use Copilot to create frameworks around the things that are being done in a workplace? These are the things that you need to solve for. And Copilot is limited because it doesn't keep the history, but it's good because it lets you create agents. That's what it does. But you need to ask yourself, is creating agents helpful for the business, for the workflows, for the processes that are happening right now? Okay. So we do have a lot of enterprise AI right now. So Microsoft, somebody mentioned Copilot. Workday has its own, SAP has its own, Oracle, Salesforce, Adobe, ServiceNow, Git ServiceNow. If you guys know how to, if you have access to ServiceNow, I would encourage you to go learn the AI that comes with ServiceNow. If you're using GitHub, what kind of AI can you use? So this is how you make your brand. And once you start your brand, you know your brand, you write it down. You write down that I'm going to be the leader of the AI agents in Workday, blah, blah, whatever it is. And then you start talking about your brand. This is how you build a brand. If I'm using or learning from agents in Workday every day, then I can talk about it, right? Every day I learn something, I post something. I go read 1 hour article, watch a YouTube. Okay, I learned this in Workday. Then you document your journey on LinkedIn. Hey, everybody, today I was able to make this workflow much faster and better and do that using this AI. Boom, post. That's my first post toward my personal branding. So I know my personal branding, AI leader in Workday agent. I have a post about it every day because I'm learning every day. So you get yourself on a loop, the learning loop, we call it. You learn, you post, you learn more. And then you get audience around what you're posting. And at the same time, as I teach you on Mastermind, you build a network around it. So you have a network, you're learning, you're building a personal brand. After a while, everybody in the community, outside the community, know you as the person who is building AI agents for Workday. Whatever it is. If your thing is Excel, think of something that is going to happen in Excel and AI. Build that sentence as your pitch. That would be your pitch. That would be your brand. I develop AI agents for Excel. I develop. Somebody said Claude analysis for event analysis. Claude AI agents for event analysis. I develop Claude agents for events. Okay, let's put it out there. Let's learn it every day. Let's post about it every day. And this is how you build a brand. But you have to, first of all, be consistent. You cannot just build a brand but not being consistent. Because if you say your name, it, let me give you a very basic example. How a name becomes a name. How people calling me Alex all the time and not Amir. Because every day people wake up, come to meeting and call me Alex. So this becomes a brand, and this is a well-working brand that I've kept for 20 years. Same idea. You call yourself something, whatever it is, but it has to follow the instruction that I taught you today. You call yourself that personal brand who is solves, not just applies to anybody. It solves and it's specific to you. That becomes your brand. Now I want you to be consistent. Every day you talk about that. You breathe that. You sleep with that. You wake up with that. You talk. You post about. You talk about that. You talk with your friends about that. And it's not something that you like. Don't do it. Find something that you like. Find a software that you like, and learn AI within that software that you like. Then you can have a brand that you like. Then you can talk about it every day because you like it. Then universe will push you toward those jobs, believe it or not, because you're demanding it from the world. You're learning it every day. You're going toward it every day. You're writing about it. You're reading about it. You're talking about it. It becomes you. You become it. That's how brands build. When you think for excessive amount of time about something specific and you go crazy about it, it becomes you. This is branding. So I want you to do that. I want you to write down your personal branding and then be at it every single day. Learn it, post it, find people around that topic. Those are your audience, those people, recruiters, managers, workers, because this is how you become good at something. You have to spend enough time in one specific area. And it takes time and effort. Don't think it's easy, but you're building a brand for the future. You're building a brand that next time companies are laying people off, you're the last one because you are the one that multiply yourself. You are the one that can do 20 people's work. You are the one that always surprise because you know AI, you know tools by AI. And I told you about my workday story. I told you about how I'm also, because don't think that you might ask, what Alex have enough time? I would say, okay, I compare myself to Elon Musk. If he has enough time, I have enough time. And then we keep building systems to have time, right? And now I'm working on Workday AI. How can I use Workday AI much better? And I do that every day, so I have context to talk about in our meetings. Every day I go on meetings with people in Workday, I have something to add. And people, after a while, they start knowing me at that guy who was like great at AI Workday. And it's time for you to build your AI plus software brand because not a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition in probably other areas of Workday right now. And again, in that, I'm in the forefront because I know Prism, I know analytical tools, and these are all new, like integrations, Prism, these are also new. So I'm always made sure from the moment I entered Workday and I used to do data, HCM, this, that. I always made sure I know the next big thing and I educated myself, went to trainings. And right now it's AI Workday. So we're doubling down on that. So in 2 years, you look back, 1,000 people, 2 people, 20 people know AI Workday. The rest will get laid off, laid off, laid off. Why? Because they didn't take action when they were supposed to. It's already too late. Don't be that person. Don't be the person who says, oh, we have seen it all, right? The dot-com era. People who went and bought those dot-com, they became millionaire. after a while, because people say, oh, who cares about internet? Then after a while, cell phone appeared. People who were saying, oh, I'm not gonna go iPhone, everybody end up going iPhone. And then internet, and then apps, and now AI. So get on it fast. Get on it before it's too late. It's just a competition. And you can do that in every industry, believe it or not. Every industry, they already are adopting AI solutions. So you just need to become good at those AI. I told you, I say it again, don't reinvent the wheel. Find out and learn in those specific industry what are the, and you can ask chat gpt, okay? If you guys are, oh, I don't know, Alex talks about this and talks about that, it's too high level, I don't. Yes, these webinars are too high level, we're not going to get into a lot of detail, but good news is that I'm going to take a few of you and I'm going to walk you through everything on a workshop. Okay, I'll tell you later how you can register for that. But for you, you go to ChatGPT or the tool or any AI that you're using, you ask. If you want to go to healthcare, ask what are the most popular tools in healthcare? What are the most popular tools in marketing, in construction, in HR? Learn about tools. Go YouTube them. Watch how they look like. Understand the tool. See if you can download the tool. Okay, and then research what AI those tools are coming with, and then subscribe to the newsletter of those AI and immerse yourself with everything AI about those tools. And next time you go to interview, I want you to talk about what you learned, and I want you to learn and post every day whatever you learned, because that is working toward your personal branding, even though if you're not proficient, even if you're not expert. Because listen, when I became a coach, I wasn't an expert coach. I started on September, but now look what people are talking. Now look what people are saying about me. I had zero experience in coaching. Why this happened? Because I went to ChatGPT, I start talking to ChatGPT about how to become the best coach, and I accelerated, I amplified myself, I accelerated the process, I speed up the process, so I was able to do something that I could have done in 20 years in 1 year with AI. You can do the same thing in your own field. You can do the same thing in your own softwares and in your industry. It's just that you need to learn framing, questioning, solving. These three. How to frame it. Now I taught you how to frame it. How to question it. I taught you how to question it. Go to ask ChatGPT what are the popular tools in healthcare. List them, learn them, and then again, now you have the keyword. What is this software? How AI is integrated into this software? Ask that question from ChatGPT. Learn about how that AI company is seeing the future. Go exactly position yourself there, then become the leader in that changes, in those changes that's happening. And then provide frameworks. As you learn, post it, because as you post, you engage people who come to your boat, will learn with you. Then you learn more, then you start. Again, going back to my first phrase, you never need to be expert to a start. You start to become expert. I have to make a post about this. Don't wait to become perfect to a start to become perfect. And I gave you example of my coaching. I I could have gone through multiple coaching courses and learn and then start, but I decided to start. I just started and I learned along the way from people. People came to say, I get coaching like, okay, and then I saw more people, more people, more people. I become a better coach, and I have a long way to go. But so far, go read Google reviews, go in this community on their posts, see what people. And I want you to write down your comment once I post this. I want you to write down what you learned from this and how amazing this webinar was. Although it was free, this is what you can do in return. Just give me feedback, because I'm gonna build better products as you give me feedback. right? Yeah, it's all about ideas. Nelo said, I just an idea suddenly popped into my head. Yeah, my courses is about giving you ideas, triggering ideas, because you now connecting the dots. I don't want you to sit out there and say, oh, I don't know what the professional brand is. How can I? No, you could, but you have to do some research. Nobody can come up with ideas sitting and doing nothing. So forget thinking on your own. I want you to do that. If you're a type of a person who wants to think, go to a isolation and start thinking, nothing comes to your mind because you're just using your previous knowledge and material, and nothing happens. The only way to use your to be able to think better is that to go to places, go to different people, meet different people who travel a lot. They have lots of ideas because they go to places. People go to webinars. They have a lots of ideas because they learn about the other things. People who go to meetings, they see their blind spot. Especially in mastermind, we have 3 meetings per week, and by attending those, you start finding about your blind spots. And it doesn't happen overnight. One trigger here, one idea there, one this that, and then at some point it all comes together, and then say, oh wow, I found it. There is no moment like that, but it's gradually. I found this, like Nello. Oh, idea. Next webinar. Oh, this idea. Next chat GPT. Oh, tonight on the shower, when you're sleeping, when you wake up, idea, idea, idea. But you have to be present. You have to show up all the time. If you don't show up, don't expect universe to help you. But if you show up, ideas start popping up in your head. Ideas start coming to you, and you will start seeing things differently. And that's all you need to do. Show up in the community, be available, and become the AI leader. Don't become someone who uses AI. Become the person everyone calls. And this is a practice for you. I'm going to give you a task after this, because personal branding is that people remember one thing about you, and you need to write it down today. What do they remember about you? And I don't want them to remember you are resilient, or those are good, those are must to have. Those you already have to have those uh, requirements, or uh, per I would say soft skills. Okay, those are basics. What else? Okay, so your future, I want people in your organization or your future organization say, ask Nello, she's our AI expert. Ask Arash, he is our AI expert. This is what you need to write down. I'm going to be the AI leader in this software. Pick a software, because everywhere you go, there has to be software. Even if you're a project manager, you're using a MS Project or Primavera or something like that. So everywhere you go, there are softwares that you need to use on a daily basis. And the most popular the software are, the bigger chance you can get the job in. But now I don't just want you to become, because it's too late to learning those software. If you don't know those softwares, it's okay. Learn it with AI. Nobody is going to learn softwares anymore. They're gonna learn how to talk to AI to use that software. And this is a very important differentiator for you. If you're taking a course to learn something, right now that's why a lot of developers are getting laid off. Why? Because those developers who know how to script and how to talk to AI to write codes will replace them. And if you're just sitting there writing codes, nobody wants you, because AI writes a much, much, much better code than you. So your job is to learn that AI and being to, it's like, if I want to give you a visual, humans are human and AI is a dog. And you need to learn how to leash that dog and take it out with you. If you're a person who know how to treat dogs, it's like you're the person, you know how to unleash AI and use it for the benefit of the company, for better processes, for reduced time, for reduced costs and expenses. Or if you don't know how to leash that dog, that dog is gone. And if that dog is dangerous, it's going to bite someone or hurt someone or hurt you. So your job in the future of AI, in the future of work, is to learn a specific AI in a specific tool in a specific industry. And that is a formula. So your brand is, I am an expert, a specific tool in AI, in the specific tool in a specific industry for a specific workflow. If you can come up with that sentences, you can build a brand. If you cannot come up with that sentences, you cannot build a brand. So you become another generalist, another general brand, a brand even that you get hired, you get fired. So this is what I want you to do. So companies already own AI. They have it. You don't need to recreate any AI. And most employees don't use it because they're too busy. And you have the advantage here, because if you don't have a job or if you have a part-time job, you have time to learn those, to become the gap, to fill that gap. Opportunity to lead. Honestly, even me, I want to learn everything about Workday AI. And we've been invited to so many webinars every day about AI, but we don't have time to attend. So we don't learn. And those people who have time, who learn, they're going to excel in the competition. And this is your opportunity. So I want you to finish with the amplification mindset. Employees finish tasks. You're given a task, you finish them. You say, I'm a good employee. But leaders improve systems. They don't finish just tasks. They think about, how can I come up with a system to finish these tasks? How can I come up with a system to improve these tasks? How can I finish these tasks earlier? How can I finish these tasks at a scale? That mindset alone will make you $1 million asset to any organization, because you have the mindset. Then you can do it. If you don't have the mindset, you just focus on finishing the task and going to have that beer after work, or heading to weekend after Friday evening, because you're having a task mindset. But if you have a system mindset, everything will be different. So your evolution, career one evolution, would be you selling your time. That's why I don't sell my time anymore. I used to sell my time, right? Even if you get employed, you're selling your time. You're supposed to work 40 hours per week or 38 hours. In different countries, it's different. So you're working 38 to 40 hours per week and they pay you. That's selling your time. Then you sell your knowledge, right? Then if you're a coach, I received a call. A lady was telling me, I'm helping people with their health. She's selling the knowledge, right? Talking to people, selling knowledge. Or you know a software, you sell it to someone. You sell your knowledge. But after these two steps is building systems. How do you build systems? A lot of people have a system, they sell it to companies. They call themselves contractors. They have a system, they sell it, they just uh, uh, supervise it to make sure it works, and they have limited systems that works everywhere. Or when you give a system to somebody who have a better health, that's the system. You build the system for them. And then 4, you amplify yourself with AI. This is what we're at. Not only we sell knowledge, not only we sell systems, we build systems, especially in mastermind around LinkedIn. We sell a system. We give you a system that it works, bring you all the jobs and opportunities. And then we amplify ourselves with AI. That's why we are everywhere. Multiplication of the system. So we go from one system to multiple systems that works on its own with AI. And at the end, you amplify organizations with AI. So if you learn that to do it as a contractor, you become a millionaire. But right now, I want you to just do amplify workflows in the organization with AI agents, because that's the beginning. When you learn to do amplify tasks and workflows. Then later on, you will take that knowledge, go to different organization, and you can sell a solution to them. We're not going to get there now, but I want you to give the idea, which are all possible. With AI, everything is possible. And I want you to imagine 1 year later, your name becomes AI leadership. So whoever you're watching this video right now or after it's recorded, I want you to become an AI leader in your specific niche tools that you're using. And it has to be a tool. And I always say, knowledge doesn't change careers, implementation does. I give you all the knowledge here in the free community. You have webinars like this. We have a lot of courses. You have the community Q&A. It's the knowledge. A lot of people are autonomous. They use the knowledge, they become better. But implementation is everything. When you join Mastermind, we help you implement things. That's why we have weekly calls. In the weekly calls, we ensure that you're implementing what we teach you. And it takes time. That's why we have 1 year together. You're coming to a college. When you come to Mastermind, you come to a college that we see each other every week. And that's the only time we have together. We see each other every week, and we give it time. After 52 weeks or 54 weeks or 50 whatever weeks is 1 year is, you will become a different person. A lot of you become a different person in first month or first 2 months or first 3 months. But we give it 1 year, because I believe 1 year is something that will change a lot of people. And we have seen it happening every day. Execution, implementation. So these are all the knowledge I give you. How are you going to use it? If you use it and you're a member of Mastermind, you have question in the next Thursday call for me. And if you don't do it, you don't have question, you don't get feedback, you don't learn, you don't grow. And if you're in a free community, if you get this knowledge, you don't do anything with it, and nobody is keeping you accountable, and you don't have a Thursday call to attend, what you gonna do? You're gonna join Mastermind. And I made it easy for you, because inside Mastermind, we teach you positioning, we teach you about content engine in ChatGPT. I exactly show you how I did this for myself. So if you have a knowledge to sell, you can grab my ChatGPT course and do the exact same thing for yourself and become another brand, have your own community, whatever you want to do with your life. Because we teach all of that. I don't hold back. You know me. If you have watched any of my courses, you know I don't hold anything back. I just give it to people. But Mastermind is about execution, about implementation, because you commit. You have to commit, and we have to know you. And that's how it works. Personal brand, AI system, growth, LinkedIn, networking, accountability, good friends that you can never find in an online environment, because these people are different. People who join Mastermind, they have filtered so many times. You watch an ad, you go to right now you have to go to an interview to go to even to free community, then you have to spend a while, level up, then another call, then interview, then you have to pay, then you have to. So as you see, we have filtered people in the Mastermind so long, so much, that those people who come to Mastermind, they're different creatures, I would say. There are people who really are after success, and they become successful just because of that, because we did a good job filtering them. If you filter people based on their goals and values, and you get the espresso out of it, those are successful already, because you filtered them. It's simple, right? When you make Sharif University or Harvard University and make it super hard to get in, people who get in, they're already successful. And this is exactly what happens inside the mastermind. So if you have the ability and criteria and minimum requirement to join Mastermind, you're already successful. We just boost you. That's it. Simple, right? So again, I want you to leave this webinar with two mindsets. There are two types of professionals: those who sell time and those who multiply themselves. Learn it from me, because I'm multiplying myself. Learn it. You're here already. And the amplification economy, I'm going to talk about this more, is going to belong to those who multiply themselves. You need to be real, and then I see a lot of people overuse AI, and it's really bad. It's really bad because it has a negative effect on your brand. You have to be you, you have to be real, and then you amplify yourself through AI in a right way. That's it, guys. If you want to join Mastermind, go to alexcoaching.org/start, book a call, and then in the call, tell us that you came from the amplification economy because I have a bonus for you, worth $1,000 probably. And yeah, that's it. This is it. Uh, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to